Hello and welcome back here once again, everyone. Now, it is officially 1 week since the launch of the Rippaverse, since Eric July ISOM #1 campaign came out, and in 2 days he made over $1.3 million. In less than a week, he crossed the $2 million mark. And now today, a week after, it's been a week since it launched, 7 days, it now stands at 2.5 at over 2.5 million, 2,562,000 and going up. It is amazing how much this has taken off. It is fantastic to know. I mean, and this is just the campaign. Understand me? This is the campaign. The books are going to be shipped in August, and there's already so much hype for this. It's easily, at this pace that it's going at here, it's easily going to make 3 million before the end of the week. That's how fantastic this whole thing really is. Now, what I want to cover in this video, apart from how amazing this is that Marvel and DC at this point have to be sweating buckets, because Eric July's Rippaverse campaign, first campaign, has made more money in a week's time than both these companies put together, probably making about a month, 2 months, or maybe 6, depending on what they do, because the quality of what they put out now is not very good. Yet you don't see the so-called access media covering this at all. I checked CBR, nothing. Screen Rant, nothing. But when Superman's son started kissing boys, that was big news. That was big news to put out there and run with it and all sort of stuff. You understand me? And we know this is what DC is known for these days, putting out these ridiculous things. And speaking of DC and these ridiculous things that they do, when you look at this one, for instance, I Am Batman #11. Now, this whole I Am Batman thing makes no sense whatsoever to me at all, because it's basically, okay, it's Jace Fox, who was Black Batman from Future State. And this is how DC touted it there. Batman is now black, and they made it a big thing and put it out there and all that thing. Nobody liked it. Nobody reads I Am Batman, because we already have a Batman who's Bruce Wayne. That's who people are interested in. That's really the only book that sells anymore at DC. You have Batman has his Bat family, Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, Batwoman, all of these other things but they take Jace Fox Batman, put him in New York City, and have him being the Batman of New York City. Why the Ninja Turtles haven't beaten the crap out of him yet, I don't know. Hopefully they will soon. But nobody reads this. It's not good, it's not interesting, it's not even worthwhile. And when this is a page from it, I may go through this quickly for you. Half the city thinks Police Commissioner Beckett got what he deserved when he was murdered. The other half thinks Man Ray is some BLM assassin of the socialist woke mob. Oh God. Regaining the confidence of the people and the trust for the department is a difficult needle to thread, as I'm sure you know Commissioner Montoya. Now, what he said there already could have been handled differently, but listen to how Montoya responds. What I know, Beckett was racist, sexist, and homophobic. Now you're trying to virtue signal by offering the position of commissioner to a queer female representing Latinx. There were so many different ways you could have phrased that to get your point across without it having to reduce to this. And as I said in a video I did previously, when it comes to this Latinx talk, or what do you want to call Latinx, Latinx, or whatever the hell you want to call it, the section of people who are being Hispanic and like that don't like the word. They find it very offensive. They don't like people using it. They want it to stop. They find that to be very, very defamatory and wrong on all points. They don't like it. But this is a page from the I Am Batman, number 11. And it's dialogue like this that shows why nobody's interested in reading anything anymore, because you literally had to use the term virtue signal, which is exactly what you're doing in this. But this is the quality of content that DC puts out. Literally every week, somebody else sexuality being swapped, somebody else gender being swapped, somebody else coming out of the closet, somebody else trans, gay, whatever the hell they want to call it, non-binary, all kind of nonsense. This is what they prop up as heroic. Marvel is no better. Marvel is putting out material that is becoming less and less interesting and less derogatory to people every day. Every day. One of the latest things that they did, and let me just, I will cover this in a video I have coming out soon. I'll cover this in the more detail, but listen to this thing when they have with some of these so-called heroes here. I'm Petty Girl, or Nora, she, her. I can hypnotize people with sad stories. I've got a lot of sad stories. Aphelion, but call me Reed. They, them. Both cause I'm non-binary and there's a whole mostly empty universe inside of me. I freeze things. I'm Rex Ridley, aka Good Arson, and I'm a dude and I light stuff on fire with my mind. I mean, this is the kind of thing that they're putting out, and there are other things, classic things that, like, you know, X-Men, Avengers, sometimes hell, even Spider-Man and other things. I think they're doing one now with a disabled Spider-Man swinging around the city or something like that. I think they want to introduce that. I don't know. These are not things people are interested in reading anymore, because you've strayed completely off from what it means to be a hero, and you're doing this. And it's disturbing to people, and they don't like it. So, a week into it, you understand me? More than 2 months left to go in this campaign. There's 67 days to go. And Eric July's ISOM #1 campaign is already at $2.5 million. This is groundbreaking. And you would think that people would be more enthusiastic to cover this. No. Fox News interviewed him shortly for a little thing about this or another, but nobody else is covering this, and this is what most of these so-called mainstream medias don't want you to know. They don't want you to know this, because they must leave you there behind, not knowing what's going on, and not to say that, you know, this is something groundbreaking. This is why I'm saying, if you are a creative and you have an idea, go for it. Literally, go for it. Push, see what you can do. If you could bring out your own thing, the market is ripe for it. This proves it. If you have an idea for something and you want to give it a shot, to create something, and you want to do something, you may never know, you could probably try contacting him. Something could happen. Now, I don't know Eric July. I've never met the man, never spoken to him, anything like that. But I am just saying, this is phenomenal. And considering that his initial goal was only to make $100,000, and he surpassed that in 1 day. That was his initial goal, and that's to make a profit of maximum about $100,000, and he surpassed that by leaps and bounds. Now he's sitting at over $2.5 million and rising. But are you hearing anything from these other media sites? Are you hearing anything talking about it? This should be big news. This is something that, you know, comic book industry, people are still interested in it. This could be a good thing for other creators. They may say to themselves, well, okay, let me see if I could reach out to Eric July, maybe. I mean, because it's a comic book company he's starting. That's what he started. So there's going to be other, you know, things probably within the Rippaverse, or other characters, other stuff. He may have ideas for other things. You may be able to bring something on board, or you may be able to say, well, okay, I'm going to start my own comic book universe, my own comic book company, and rise. People are interested. But The major two, DC and Marvel, had to be sweating buckets now because they put out literal garbage and somehow expect you to love it. Well, this clearly shows, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you are a creative, this is a great opportunity to see that, listen, I created that working on something to put out there myself. As for Eric July, hats off to you, bro. Great work you're doing here. Enjoying what you're doing. Seeing numbers going up is a real inspiration. Looking forward to reading ISOM #1, doing a review for it. Looking forward to see what the Rippaverse has going. It is phenomenal. In a week's time, this man has made over $2.5 million on just one campaign, ISOM #1. This is something to be celebrated. This is something to be amazed at. This is something to really show that it can be done and will be done. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.